What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy MORDIN and I'm back again with another video right here. So I know it's been a while, but Charlie, bear with me. Sometimes work doesn't permit me, but we still have to get things going. Today I'm here because of a trending news, Shatta Wale, Kwadwo Sheldon. And this is quite interesting because of two perspectives. On one hand, it is an issue of the fan base, the Shatta Wale loyalists, who are saying that, Shatta, you shouldn't just be talking to anybody to allow them the chance or to afford them the chance to get back at you and just, tarnish your image and all that kind of stuff, right? And on one hand, it is about Shatta Wale being authentically who he is. He's a kind-hearted person, someone who wears his heart on the sleeve. And when something bothers him, he will tell you his mind. But perhaps, maybe they are people of the same coin. You understand? I sense a lot of immaturity in this very one, right? On the part of Kwadwo Sheldon. For all you guys who know, there were heavy rains, and the rain it wasn't, from what I'm told, it's not even that heavy. But for some weird reason, Ghana suffered, Accra to be specific, suffered some floods, and because of the flooding, a lot of people were displaced. Now, whenever things like this happen, personally, I feel very sad for the homeless, those who don't have anywhere to kind of like run to, those who sleep in the kiosk and who sleep under the bridges and all that stuff. I feel deeply troubled and worried for them because, you know, they don't know where to turn to. But then you have this time around people who have fully furnished homes and all that kind of stuff, and you get water all over their houses and all that kind of stuff in the rooms, in all the rooms and on the compound. Some cars have been submerged to the roof, some to the middle portions and all that kind of stuff. And when I see the footages, I can't help but to think of Charlie, what if there are some exposed electrical parts and people get electrocuted and all that? I mean, things just, you know, it gets me that bad. And Kwadwo Sheldon was one of the people to have shared a video on his community where he lives. Now, I don't know if it is his personal house where he lives, or it is the place where Kwadwo Sheldon Studios is, right? But he shared footage to talk about the estates where he lived and how the whole place was flooded. And it was indeed a sad one. And so for someone like Shatta Wale, who is always very abreast with things that are happening on the internet and all that stuff, seeing this, came to say, sorry, bro. I mean, this doesn't look good, but I hope everything will be fine. If you need any help, let me know, right? This is a message that was just wishing him well, because of course everyone is suffering and all that kind of stuff. And mind you, Kwadwo Sheldon's response to Shatta Wale is like, we don't need your handouts, you know. And also, you couldn't even help your mom, and you want to extend you want to extend help over here. We don't do with handouts over here, right? And one of the things Kwadwo Sheldon also wrote was the fact that people shouldn't come and be saying, why is he attacking Shatta Wale and all that, because didn't we see what Shatta Wale did to him at the Heathrow airport? I mean, the medical show where Stonebwoy Kwadwo Sheldon was trying to shake hands with, he actually extended a hand to Shatta Wale and Shatta Wale ignored him, right? And so he feels like this is the time for him to get back, and which for me, I think is childish, is immature, because we have an industry where these people will always cross paths. You know, how many big entities do we even have in the country to deal with entertainers and all that kind of stuff, right? And for someone like Shatta Wale, who underground knows a lot of people, there are a lot of prominent people who love Shatta Wale but don't come out to say it. And you might walk through, or you might walk into an office one day trying to seek some sponsorship, and this will be one of such people sitting over there. Because of your ill will or messages towards Shatta Wale, someone may just turn you down without you even knowing what you have caused yourself. You understand? So that's where I see the immaturity bit, because you're just trying to have a revenge on Shatta Wale, which I understand, right? But maybe you could have just been silent and not say anything at all, you know, and that way you'll be good and people will still consider you like a win-win in a case. You will still have those who support you, because let's get this straight. Kwadwo Sheldon has become a big name, and we don't want to go into the story how Kwadwo Sheldon himself confessed that Shatta Wale played a bigger role in helping him build his brand. You understand? And then at the end of the day, he started saying a lot of things about Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale came back at him, and then we know what happened next, right? And so for someone who actually caused the issue, you know, and now coming back to try to say, I'm sorry, and the person who you offended is saying that, no, yo, not this time, you know, you don't come at me like this. And now you have an issue, and this same person is coming to tell you, hey, sorry, I think this should be the right time for you to actually calm down, to have his perspective on things. And when we talk about help, right, help comes in different forms and shapes. It's not monetary, because Shatta Wale knows a lot of people and he hails from Accra. Maybe he could help you broker a deal with some real estate agent, or he has some properties where he could say, hey, Charlie, I know this developer, go see this developer, move into this neighborhood. It's better, you may not face floods and all that kind of stuff, you know. That is one thing. And the second thing will be that, hey, you don't have to contact me if you need help. He's not saying he's sending you food items or money whatsoever, but if you need someone to do something in the area where you live or something, maybe I can place a call to one or two people and get something sorted, you know. We live in a country where, how do you call it? Social capital is a thing, you understand? And so sometimes if you have some good friends in some good places, they may help you solve a few things here and there. In Ghana, that is what makes the difference. We are there for each other. And for the Shatta movement fans, I understand you totally, because this is Shatta Wale just trying to extend some sort of warmth towards another fellow man, or a fellow human being who is displaced by water and all that kind of stuff. And this is what he's met with, to go to the extent of attacking what he has or hasn't done for the mother, and etc., etc., right? Here's the thing. I understand that a lot of you are not happy about what Shatta Wale did, and most especially how Kwadwo Sheldon is going about the whole thing, which throws a dent on the image of Shatta Wale and Shatta movement fans in general. I do understand. However, let me make this analogy here. You know, you have the tiger, you have the cheetah, you have the leopard and all that stuff. You see the spots they have on their body, no matter the amount of rain, it will never wash those spots off, never. And so let's look at a critical example where you have a man and a snake, right? So the snake is trying to make its way into the bushes, but there is fire, you understand? The man seeing this decided to pull the snake away, or to steer it away from the fire. The instinctive thing the snake did was to bite the man, just the first strike, you understand? And the man went out of his way to look for a stick to still redirect the snake. Once the man was done, someone who was just standing by was like, "Yay, the snake just bit you the first time and you still went ahead to help?" And he said, yes, because the snake, it is within its nature to defend and to strike, and that is what it does. I shouldn't look at what the snake is doing and say, because of the way the snake reacted to me, I shouldn't be who I am authentically as a person. And that is the case of Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale is a kind-hearted person. Shatta Wale at the same time wears his heart on the sleeve. When something bothers him, he's going to tell you. When something doesn't sit right with him, of course, when you attack him, he's going to get at you. At the same time, Shatta Wale has proven over and over again that he's a person who truly cares about people. People in general. It doesn't matter if he has something against you, or you had your own quarrels, you have your own things. He sits at a place with a monumental heaviness of love and hate and all. And no single Ghanaian celebrity suffers what Shatta Wale suffers. In fact, no one can actually be in the shoes of Shatta Wale. A lot of the things he navigates, he's the only one who navigates it. And recently, he came to say that there are some issues that when it does happen to him, Sammy Flex cannot talk about it. He has to talk about it himself because he is the person who knows what he truly feels. You understand? And so sometimes he comes out to say some of the things and people don't get him and people get it wrong because he's speaking from a place of pain, and it's a raw pain because it stems out of love. And when someone loves truly and they feel betrayed, they feel hurt, they will always come out and fight. And that is exactly what has been happening in the case of Shatta Wale a lot of the times. And so let's get this straight. I know when it comes to times like this, people always remember the first rule in Shatta movement. Shatta Wale is always right. And if you don't understand, refer back to number one, which is Shatta Wale is always right. Now, in this very instance, a lot of the SM fan base will say, yeah, he says he's always right, so what can we do? Of course, he's the one who is sitting by the fire. He knows how it burns. And I understand. You are also deeply connected to him. You love him. You want things to go well for him. And you care deeply about the things that he does and all that kind of stuff. And if something goes wrong, you are definitely not happy. And so if someone attacks Shatta Wale or Shatta Wale avails himself for attack, a lot of you are not happy. But at the same time, do we want to actually change who he is as a person? Authentically, what he represents, who he is as a person, the Charles, the kind-hearted person, the kind gentleman who truly cares about the worries of the streets, the people, the homeless, and all that kind of stuff, who doesn't fake it, but actually tries to be in the spaces. How many of the celebrities, quote unquote, in Ghana do you see mingle with everyday people on social media, and even when they go out talk to everyone, we don't see it. Yet he is the most loved, the most hated, and all you can think about, with the kind of leverage he has and mileage he has in the industry, and still being able to find a way into the hearts and homes of people, to engage people and understand people. We should understand by now that this is the type of person he is, and a lot of the things we wish will change will not change. So here's the thing. The true meaning of everything comes to your why. Why do you follow Shatta Wale? Why is he the person you've decided to support and to love his music? If it's the music, stick with it. But do not forget that there are some particular things about him and his brand that you love so much. And in times like this, those are the things you should look out for and embrace, because of course, there is no good and there is no bad. Everything is of equal measure. You choose where you glide. My name is MORDIN. I know you miss me. I miss you too. And I'm back. Let's get things popping. Peace.